from the Brazos Valley Exhibition and Trade Show in Bryan, Texas. So this is How to Not Get Hacked, and I'm your instructor, Mike Duffy from Don't Get Hacked Cybersecurity. You can find us at don'tgethacked.ca, don'tgethacked.com. I'm just going to verify that the technology is working, and we'll get rolling here. So we're waiting for people to come into the room. So, but my time's very limited with you today, so we are going to maybe stand right here. This will go well. So I'm just going to check and verify that my microphone sounds okay. I had a couple of people come in already, and we're going to discuss passwords, because the number one way to not get hacked is to have strong, secure passwords that you can remember. And I invented a strategy for you to make strong, secure passwords that you can remember. One of my lead magnets, I created this years ago for my show on YouTube. I've got a QR code. You can probably snap a picture of that and follow along, or just go to the YouTube channels Don't Get Hacked, at Don't Get Hacked. My face should show up there, and this is from Season 1, Episode 9 of Don't Get Hacked, Call Me for Help. And I made a YouTube episode to go along with this offline, I call it an offline password manager. Because we get a lot of referrals saying, hey, Mike, I've been hacked. Number one question for you is going to be, do you have your backups? Do you have all your important stuff backed up? And second of all, do you know your passwords? Because I am more than happy to help you out. You can contact me via phone, you can Zoom call me, you can FaceTime me, whatever. And I will help you no matter where you are, Canada, USA, Middle East, Europe, no matter where you are, I will help you. But backups are important and passwords are important. So I have all my customers go through this password reset procedure. Every 6 months, I want you to make a list of all the accounts and apps that you use, and record the name of the website or the app, record the date, the username or email address you're using for that particular app or website, old password if you know it, and if you don't know it, we're going to go through a password reset procedure. And I want you to make new passwords that you can remember. There's two ways to record passwords. You're either going to have a notebook, like a book, a journal for your passwords, or you're going to use a online password manager. There's one free online password manager I use. It's called LastPass, and then you just store them on your phone. And LastPass is free for personal use. It doesn't allow you to synchronize it across multiple devices with the free account, but with the free account, you can use it on one computer. So my wife's passwords are in here, my passwords are in here, my daughter's passwords are on there, and it's protected by my face or a master password. So if you don't like electronics, get a journal, your little black book, and I want you to go through my procedure and record and test your passwords every 6 months, because there's some accounts you don't use that often. I know you don't use it that often, but your banking, your credit card statements, you're likely into those every single month. And we want to make sure you're using unique passwords for every single account. So I'm just waiting to verify I'm live on all the platforms, and that way that I'm vertical and horizontal works great. I thought it would be easier to do this than trying to share a spreadsheet, because I wasn't sure who the audience is going to be today here in Texas. So let me just verify I look live. Facebook's good. And let's see if LinkedIn works. And this is what we teach in YouTube University, is how to go live minimum one time a week, hit all the platforms. So the amount of effort you spend making videos to reach to your audience is reduced and has much more impact. Because right now we're doing live stream to 2 different YouTube accounts, my Facebook account and my LinkedIn account. So I'm going to verify it's working. Looks like LinkedIn's good. Looks like Facebook's good. So let's go verify YouTube's good. And this is what we call a production checklist in entertainment world, is that when we're live streaming, we want to make sure we've got a producer on the back end verifying audio. I didn't actually verify audio, so let me go verify audio too. Audio is working. And if you're asking me what I'm using right now, I'm just using wireless lapel mic. Using a wireless lapel mic, it's plugged into a MacBook, and we're live streaming to all the platforms using a MacBook Air M4, using Restream. Zoom's not connected right now, so it's just Restream, which allows me to do both portrait and landscape at the same time. So, okay. I'm waiting for people to come into the room, so we will just, my time's getting shorter. It's 12:09. So, this is supposed to be how to not get hacked. I don't want to burst your bubble, but everyone will eventually be hacked because technology changes so fast. And with Moore's law, like the technology adoption curve, there's more and more technology every single day. And whether or not you like it or not, I can't slow it down for you, but I can equip you with the proper tools and mindset in order to acknowledge it and adapt to it at your speed. So passwords are super important. Changing your passwords are super important. And not being tricked into using auto-generated passwords, because I got a trick for you. I got a little bit of a surprise. When you go to a website, so we'll get back to this, but I just want to kind of let you think about this. When you get a new account, when you get a new debit card, credit card, when you get a new account somewhere, the computer's always telling you to use an auto-generated password, and it's a whole bunch of mix of characters, numbers, uppercase, lowercase, and you look at it and it's like verbal diarrhea. You're literally just like, I don't want to use this. I'm never going to remember that. And then you're writing it down on a notepad. But what happens if you don't record it down properly? You can choose to let the computer save it, but the challenge is that if your computer gets breached, then the hackers have your passwords. So there's and the other issue with random generated passwords is that they're not really random. They're usually generated based on an algorithm. So, when you set up a new Facebook account, you set up a new credit card account or banking account, if the computer's suggesting a password for you to use, that password is usually auto-generated by an algorithm. So what happens when that particular bank or credit card system or whatever gets compromised? Their auto-generated key, their auto-generated algorithm usually gets leaked, and then the hackers can figure out, hey, these are all the passwords that have been generated. So we don't want to rely on somebody else to keep you secure. We want you to rely on yourself to be secure. So how do we do that? Empower you and train you to make strong, secure passwords that you can remember. So how do we make an unbreakable password? Currently, with the technology we have today, your password needs to be 16 characters long in order to not be able to be guessed by a computer or brute forced by the government or any hackers out there. So 16 characters seems long, but in reality, it's just a sentence, a phrase, 4 to 7 words. So that I'm breaking it down and making it simple for you. If you go to make a new bank password, you can just make up and we're going to do this for each of your accounts 2 times a year. So after the first year of following this, you've already done it twice with all your accounts. And it's going to become something that you can remember because your password should be unique to you. You should not be borrowing a spouse's passwords or your children's passwords or whomever is suggesting password advice to you. they're trying to help you out, but they're not training you properly, right? We want you to come up with your own password, but we want it to be a fun exercise. And that's exactly why I created the offline password manager. And that's why if you follow this QR code, I've made a video for you and you can sit. This is how I became YouTube famous. I made do-it-yourself technology videos and I put them on YouTube. And then when my customers ask me questions, I send them to the training videos and they'll sit there and just watch them and watch them and watch them and watch them. So I've literally this whole sheet of you going through tip one, make a list of all your accounts and passwords. I'm going through this with you on the on this season 1 episode 9 of my Don't Get Hacked show on YouTube. I step you through this so you can sit and watch it and rewind 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 it. And if you still have trouble, call me and I'll either help you over FaceTime at the phone, or we can do Zoom and I will step you. This is the service we offer to our customers. Going through your passwords, making sure you're secure. Password, number 1 way not to get hacked, strong, secure passwords for every single account. Number 2 way, I know you're going to run into a hacker one day, or flood, fire, theft, user error, some terrible disasters that affect your nonprofit or your business or even your personal finances. And the only way to recover from that stuff is to have backups and documentation. So documentation of your business workflow and passwords for all your accounts. And if you've got backups and passwords, we can put your business back together. But if you don't have backups and you don't have any of your passwords, it's so much more painful to put your nonprofit or your church organization or your business back together because you've not documented anything. You don't have your standard operating procedures in place. And that's what we help you out with at Don't Get Hacked Cybersecurity. And we have multilingual agents, English, Spanish, Arabic. We got you fully covered. You just have to trust us. Anyway, so offline password manager. Step 1, make a list of all your accounts and passwords. That might take you a couple of days because you might think you've got a dozen and then it turns into 2 dozen or it turns into 50 or it turns into 100 different accounts. That's okay. This is why we need to document all the things that you use in your life, document them, confirm you know the usernames and emails to get into your accounts, confirm you know the passwords, turn on 2-factor, turn on all that stuff. If I'm talking Greek to you, that's okay. Go to my website, don'tgethacked.ca or don'tgethacked.com, or we even get an app. I've built an app to help you out as well. Don'tgethacked.app. Don'tgethacked.app. You can book a WhatsApp call with us in English or Spanish at that page, and my agents are more than happy to help you out. So back to this. Tip 1, make a list of all your accounts and passwords. Tip 2, change your passwords twice a year. I know that seems like a tall order, a tall request, but number 1 way not to get hacked, change all your passwords and make sure you're not reusing passwords. Because that is literally what I do every single day. It doesn't matter if it's a doctor, a lawyer, a voice coach, a musician, a pianist. All my customers from across North America all run into the same issue. They change their passwords, don't document them, and then they wonder why their devices don't work, and they get all frazzled and stressed out. And I'm like, I remind them, go watch that YouTube episode again and go find your offline password manager and let's get that thing updated, because it takes repetition and discipline to get this stuff straight. If you master passwords, your chance of getting hacked is so much reduced, and the effect of being hacked is so much reduced, because if you're reutilizing the same password across everything and your bank gets breached or the credit card company gets breached or somebody gets breached and they get your username and password and you're using that same username and password everywhere, your business and your life's just going to fall like dominoes. It's a cascade effect. I've seen it a lot. I've been doing technology coaching and consulting for over 20 years. I've seen good, bad, and ugly. I've seen Calgary stock market wiped out from hackers. I've seen car dealerships wiped out from hackers. I've seen churches wiped out from hackers. I've seen crypto wallets wiped out from hackers because people are reutilizing passwords across all their life, and that is a bad idea. So let's get back to this. Make a list of all your accounts and passwords. Change your passwords 2 times a year. Never reuse passwords. It's on this sheet. All the instructions for you are on this sheet. Tip number 4, check this website to see if your email address and passwords have been listed in any hacker breaches. So there's this website called haveibeenpwned.com. Sounds funny, but it's really good to check. And I do this with my customers all the time because they'll be like, Mike, why am I getting more spam? Mike, why am I getting these weird ransom emails? Mike, why am I getting this weird email saying everybody knows what my online surfing activity is like, yet I've never looked at an adult website? Like, why am I getting these emails? And I'm like, because your email address has been breached. What is a breach? In the news, you hear about breaches all the time. So it doesn't matter if it's on TV or if it's on a website. You've heard about Capital One being breached and Costco being breached, and Facebook gets hacked all the time, and LinkedIn's been hacked. Even when LinkedIn got hacked multiple times, Microsoft still gave them billions of dollars. So that is the world we live in. Even if your company gets hacked, you can still get bought out by another company. So no matter who gets hacked, they still stay. Some businesses still stay in business because they own your personal data. But that's how the hackers get your email addresses and passwords. The hackers are hacking all the time. Doesn't matter what day of the week it is, hour of the day, hackers are gonna hack because it's fun. Why do you think I named my business Don't Get Hacked? I know how to hack, but I would rather help you as a business owner, as a nonprofit, to protect yourself from hacking, because I'm not a bad guy. I'm the good guy. So what ends up happening is businesses get hacked. Their customer databases are then shared on the internet or sold to hacker. The hackers sell it to hackers or whatever. And somebody buys those lists, and then they're like, hey, we've got a good username and a good password. So now we're going to go see how much havoc we can cause across the internet. And that's typically when you get hacked. Not all the time. Sometimes you've clicked on a link in Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Like, there's all these different ways you might have been breached. But the effect of the breach is minimized if you're not reusing username and passwords across all your accounts. So there's a website called haveibeenpwned.com. I instruct my customers to go there on a quarterly basis. If they have a monthly contract with me, we go check it monthly. But if they're pay-as-you-go customer, it's usually once a year, give or take, where we go through this. And we'll go to this haveibeenpwned.com website and type in all their email addresses, because I know you have multiple email addresses. You probably have a Gmail and an Outlook and a Yahoo and a multitude of others. And we go and type in all your email addresses to see how recent your breaches have been. And some customers never seem to get breached, but they also have a smaller online footprint, right? Typically, I find that businesses have been breached 3 to 6 times, if not more. So in all those events or all those breach incidences, your username or email address, whatever personal information about you is located in that breach, has been sold to a bunch of hackers or shared amongst the hacking community. And those people are now trying to send you emails to get you to click on links. Just one way you can get hacked, but this is the most common way. So this is this is just an example of how hacking works and how you can prevent yourself from getting hacked. So and it's always surprising because I'll show people this website. They're like, wow, I've been like breached on Pinterest and Facebook and LinkedIn. I'm like, yeah, because you're using the same email address on all these platforms, which isn't a bad thing to do. It's just a matter of you're going to get more, if your email address has been released in a breach, you're likely going to get more spam. So that's one thing that frustrates my customers. They're like, Mike, I get more and more spam. And I'm like, well, you're going to have to, unsubscribe from those emails if they're marketing emails, block them and delete them, and just train yourself and train your staff, or train members of your family, your congregation, or whomever you're leading in your day to day, that not every single email that's coming into the email inbox is legitimate. And we got to really watch it, because there's government scams all the time. Like, tax agencies don't email you, but a lot of people fall for back tax emails or creditors or whatever. Like, if people want to get a hold of you in real life, they're going to find your mailing address and send you snail mail. And that still may not be legitimate, but I'm saying snail mail is more legitimate than an email. Anyway, let's get back to this. So make a list of all your accounts and passwords. Change your passwords twice a year. Never reuse a password. Never reuse a password. Check haveibeenpwned.com to see if your email address and passwords have been listed any hacker breaches. So that's step, just, I got more tips, but this is all I could fit on this download on my website. And of course I print this off because I do a lot of I do a lot of events where I'm handing these out, and people are like, well, this is really good information. I'm like, I know, because I've been teaching people how to not get hacked for over 20 years, and all my knowledge is in here. Not all my knowledge, but a lot of good knowledge is in here. So what I want you to do twice a year is to either bring out that black book, that calendar book, your Rolodex, whatever, or get LastPass or Password Manager on here, and start making a list of all the websites or smartphone apps that you're using. And it may take you a while. I likely don't even have all mine documented, because I sign up for a lot. I travel all the time, Canada, USA, Middle East, have to sign up for a lot of accounts. And I have to even condition myself to record all, like, if you want to go to any stores these days to get to get coupons or discounts or whatever, there's always a new account that you have to download. So get into the habit, I'm telling you, to get into the habit of recording all the different accounts you signed up for online, because if you're not using those accounts, it's also good to close them, because they have your email address. And if they ever get breached, that email address is going to get out. So account maintenance, this is what we're calling it. Best way to not get hacked: do your account maintenance and verify all the different organizations that have your email address, and make sure you're changing those passwords at least twice a year. So record the website or app name that you're using, the dates are super important, because the older you get, I deal with business owners that are teenagers, 20, 30, all the way up to 90-year-old lawyers and farmers and ranchers, and like, everybody's got their own thing that they're doing to produce cash flow. Real estate investors, like, I deal with a lot of doctors, med spas. I deal with a lot of professionals. A lot of people are super busy. They've got families, spouses, kids, grandkids. Like, I get it. You're super busy. That's why documentation of your business, documenting your standard operating procedures, the websites you use every day, the apps you use every day, the passwords you're using every day, is one of the easiest ways to recover from any type of hacking or a natural disaster: flood, fire, theft, user error, hackers, AI disaster. I know a lot of you guys are playing with AI these days, and AI can do a lot of great, amazing things for you and help you be really efficient. It can also eat your day and eat hours of your day and break stuff. And if you don't have things documented, the things that you're working on, the side projects you're working on and building, if you don't have your progress documented, you can lose a lot of momentum if something goes bad and you lose everything. So this is why documentation is super important, hence password documentation. Okay, Website or app name. I want you to record that the date you've created your new password or done password resets, because I know, for example, I deal with a lot of people who use online email accounts like Gmail or Outlook, and typically those accounts want you to change your passwords every 6 months, at least once a year. You're going to get notices, especially if you're using Gmail. Well, if you're using like a Gmail account to log into other accounts, they're on you and reminding you all the time to change your passwords regularly and turn on two-factor authentication. So do that, please. We're going to test your old password to see if we know it. If not, we're going to do password reset procedure. Make a new easy peasy password, which is a sentence of 4 to 7 words. 6 characters is the key. You don't have to use crazy amount of upper and lower letters, and just make something that meets your security requirements of that website or app. And then write it down and write it down again. And then you're going to be asked to turn on two-factor authentication, which is like your second level password. Your two-factor authentication might be SMS or text or an email code or using an authenticator app. I want you to record down what type of two-factor authentication you enabled and circle it so you remember, because I have to do this troubleshooting all the time. People are like, I'm not getting my codes. I had this with the restaurant in Calgary, Alberta, Canada last week. I'm not getting my code. I'm like, how did you set up two-factor authentication? We don't know. I'm like, well, let's go check your text messages. Let's go check all your email inboxes. Let's go check all your spam. We found the codes. They were getting them. They're just in the spam folder. No stress. Record down what you're using for your two-factor authentication. And I also want to verify that you're verifying your new password is strong. So there's a website called bitwarden.com/password strength. And you can just type your password. You can type. Sorry, alarm's going off. And there's another presentation starting here. So I think I'm going to wrap up, but I got 11 viewers. So hey, thanks. I don't know if I'm missing anything in the chat. What is one simple way to ensure your phone is safe while going on the internet? Only use your internet. Don't connect to anybody else's Wi-Fi, especially free Wi-Fi. What happens when you go to airports, coffee shops, any corporate business with free Wi-Fi is usually that there is commercial devices set up, that there's tracking how long you've been there, your device, all that stuff. And it's super simple for if there's no password, there's no encryption, and all your information is being leaked. So I always say, have a roaming plan. I travel between Canada, USA, and Dubai yearly, and I do not connect to Wi-Fi. You can use VPNs. The challenge people don't realize with the VPN is that your internet's going to be slow, because you're really connecting to a remote server to hide your identity. So there's a performance impact that hits your internet when you do that. It's probably going to cut your internet speed by at least 50 to 75%. And then you're also trusting that the VPN company you're using isn't selling your personal information. They may say that they're not saving logs, but in reality, who are you going to trust? Number one rule of cybersecurity is trust no one. Number one rule of crypto is trust no one. So I'm asking you to trust me, yet I'm telling you to trust no one. But the business is called don'tgethacked.ca.com. You can also find us at don'tgethacked.app. I built an app for you. So I get a lot of requests every single week from business owners who say they've followed terrible technology advice from ChatGPT or Gemini or Manus or Claude. And I'm sorry, but we have so many technology tools these days, but a lot of technology tools are just scraping the internet, giving you bullshit, fake advice. Not all technology advice is created equal. So what I want to say is, I've built an app for my business because I've got people asking us technology. A lot of people want free advice. Great. This is how you learn, is by asking questions. So at don'tgethacked.app, it's available in English and Spanish. You can type in all your questions, and I've trained it to only give legitimate answers. So we've been training it since 2025. All my customers who ask me questions, I feed the question into my app and I check the output. And if I don't like what it's spitting out, we rewrite those answers, because I want to make sure that you can fact check my advice against what you find on the internet to verify everything that's coming out of my mouth is legitimate and trustworthy and honest. And if you still want to fact check me, there's links in my app to call me on WhatsApp or FaceTime or send me an email and jump on a Zoom call, because I want to make sure when you're shopping around for technology advice, it's always best to get 3 quotes, 3 different answers, and then you can actually check to figure out who's got the best advice in your particular circumstance. But I've been in business for over 20 years, so I'm around because I'm legit and I have really good advice, but I can't meet everybody in every single city across the world every single day. So that's why, if you've been following us at all, we travel. We get an invite to New York, we travel there. We get an invite to YouTube studios in Los Angeles, we travel there. We get an invite to go to Las Vegas, we travel there. And do things like this in person, so you can get to know, like, and trust me, and then ask me any type of technology question that you have. I'm competing with Speaker Space because the other talk started, so I think I'm just going to wrap this up. But I'm just going to I'm just going to put this there in case you need to scan the QR code for the. That's terrible. That's terrible, Mike. There we go. So I'm just going to leave that there, because if you come across this, you can scan that code and go to my YouTube channel. I have 13 do-it-yourself technology episodes there. How to back up your computer or your phone, Android and iOS. I'm multi-platform, so I'm not Mac or Windows or Linux. I take care of it all. So my YouTube channel's got how to back up your computer, how to make it, if your computer's slow, how to make it faster, Wi-Fi troubleshooting, keyboard troubleshooting, crypto troubleshooting, what is Bitcoin, how to make strong, secure passwords, and how to back up your device. I can't remember. We've just made so much incredible content over the last couple of years. It's all there for free on YouTube. And let's see if I got a note. And then my phone number's listed. My phone number's on my YouTube channel anyway. So I will wrap up here. So thank you for watching. And you got any questions, go leave a comment on Facebook or YouTube, and I'll get back to you. I got to go check to see how the 13-year-old is doing at the table. Bye. Every Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern. As you see, I got the link here, IamYouTubeFamous.com. That's our YouTube University. We teach business owners, content creators, nonprofits, churches, whatever your organization is, how to build your authority leveraging your known and unknown audiences. And what do you mean by known and unknown audiences? There's going to be people watching your stuff, maybe not commenting, not liking, not subscribing, not sharing. That's okay. We need to warm up those audiences. You already have followers on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or LinkedIn or YouTube, but you haven't been consistent with posting content. So in YouTube University, what we do, and you can go to IamYouTubeFamous.com to register for the email reminders. And we did a live stream this morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. YouTube University, it's Ask Me Anything. And our goal, we've built a framework for you. If you do 1 video per week on YouTube, and advertise that you're doing it organically, advertise that you're doing it. We can get you to your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, but you need to be making content and think of it like broadcast radio, broadcast TV. You were trained to follow your favorite show host the same hour of the same day of the same week. This is how we leverage social media, and this is exactly why YouTube was invented. Build your own channel, build your own show, and broadcast your services, your offers to the world. It's free to do it. You just have to get started. Again, the link's right there, iamyoutubefamous.com. My phone number's there. My email address is there. If you have any questions, reach out and we'll help you build your audiences. All right, I'm signing off now.